Hey, folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're going to kind of move towards a study we have wanted to do for a little while of each sister in the Warning. We want to see how their stage moves have changed over time. Today we're going to focus on Allie. We're going to look at the very first time they played Sick. It was the debut of the song, really, for all the fans. It was October 21st, 2023. And it just so happens I have this fan cam that is really good for just studying what Allie is doing, because it's on that side of the stage. We can still see the whole band, but the actual camera doesn't really move around a lot, so we basically can see Allie for the whole song. It looks like. I mean, I haven't actually watched the whole thing, but it kind of, just skipping through, it looks that way. So, should be a good way to take a look at what they were doing in late 2023, so about 2 years ago. I think we're going to compare this to what we've seen at Big City Family in 2020. I'll cut between them a little bit at the end of this video. Let's go ahead and take a look at this, and we will discuss afterwards.
All righty.
We're playing a new song in your city, but we need your help.
Sick!
Una vez más. 3, 2, 1. Ahora al sol.
So, Adrian, any observations on Ali in that one?
She's doing what I've been calling ollieing, which is, the thing with her knees or something like that.
Okay, yeah. So she'll do the knee bends,
Yeah, that and walking kind of backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards.
She's doing kind of the shoulder thing. She does. She's doing the snarl, the Ali Elvis. I love those. But you notice in general, her stage presence is much less pronounced than it was in 2020. She does still do like the deep, the knee bends and all that. And she was doing that before too, but it felt like she was doing it with a little bit more abandon in the earlier gigs. She's also grown a few inches because in the earlier gigs, she was like 14, 15. And at this point, she is, let me see here. Yeah, she's 18 and 10 months. So her frame is a little bit different. But yeah, she has pulled back quite a bit from a lot of the histrionics that she used to do, like the kicks. She doesn't really do the kicks by this time. And remember, she would have her foot out for a while. A lot of times she'd be playing bass on one foot out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean when I say the trademark kick.
Now, the interesting thing to me is it hasn't changed very much since this, 2 years later. I don't think that there has been a lot of change in how she does it. This is also just before the Pepsi Center, by the way. This is kind of in the lead up to that. She's got pretty much the same moves there as she does today. I mean, and they work for her, and they're safe. She won't get injured or anything.
It seemed like back then she was trying out more stuff, too. So, yeah, it makes sense. Maybe she scaled back at this point a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you go all the way back to the Enter Sandman video, nobody's moving in that video. They're all staying right where they are. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. They made the decision at some point. Yes, we have to have some more stage presence. We have to actually start moving around. Yeah, so, I mean, would you say that this was a revelation, Adrian?
Yeah, it's good that you brought this up. And it is pretty interesting.
Yeah, there are some big differences, between the years with this band, especially as they started as kids and now they're adults. I mean,
you got to evolve.
So there's a lot of room to take a look and see how they exactly evolve. This was cool. I'm glad we took a look at this.
Yeah.
All right, folks, why don't you let us know what you thought and if you've ever thought about these things before, if you have any theories, if there are any benchmark dates that you think we ought to look at to see where there are moves that maybe have disappeared or have reappeared or whatever, anything having to do with this conversation. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be Ali. We want to do the same thing for Danny and for Pau, because certainly they also have changed a lot. I would say probably Danny has changed the least, except that she's kind of kept putting the pedal to the metal. But she always had a lot of energy once they started doing this, going all the way back to the 2017 shows we see. They're practically flying off the stage. So, but yeah, give your thoughts. Any suggestions you want to leave them below. We'll take a look. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll catch you on the next one. All right. Take care, folks.
See you all later.